Ready? Watch this. Oh, that is gnarly. What's up, guys? It's Monday, April 21st. Happy Boston Marathon Day. Happy late Easter as well. I'm out here on the towpath, crushing a few miles before work. So yeah, just gonna do, today's a double day, probably do like 6-7 miles here, run later. I gotta catch a flight out to Oklahoma later this afternoon. Gonna be there for work a few days, then coming back to Cleveland for one day, and then I'll be back out to Houston all weekend. So hoping to crush some miles in a ton of different states this week, looking for at least 70 plus. Weather is not so good out here, guys. The weather's turning. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm out of breath, and part of that is because of the warm weather we're getting. It's like 69 and 70 degrees and like sticky and humid, and it's raining a little bit, and I don't do well when the weather changes. So also been battling some tough allergies. Really hit a wall last week, guys. Training was going okay, and then the weather turned and my body just completely took a dump on me. So I'm trying to fight through it, modify as I need. I don't normally do doubles really at all. I'm gonna have to start doing some just with the weather. And God, I hate carrying this GoPro. I don't like carrying my phone or GoPro on the runs anymore, but I'm doing that a little bit this week just to take some videos, let you know what it looks like being a badass out here at 7 a.m. So yeah, but allergies are tough. Weather changing is tough. I'm already sweating a ton. I got like a 160 heart rate almost, running 8-minute pace, so that's never fun to see. But it's part of the adapting process, and it's part of spring training. You know, I'm not talking baseball when I say spring training either. The season's underway, but go Guardians, baby. Anyhow, but with spring training, you know, this is a very important time of year. Maybe, like I said, today's the Boston Marathon. Maybe you're doing a spring marathon. Maybe you got one in early May, late April, so you're tapering. Or maybe you're just hitting peak mileage now. Maybe you're running, you know, grandma's in June or something, so you're still building up mileage, or you're leveling off. Bottom line is you're putting up a lot of miles. And depending on where you are, if you struggle with allergies, the heat is getting hot now, you're used to cold spring or cold winter training, it can be tough to not overtrain, not overdo it, and just stay motivated each day. So that's the battle I'm finding myself face. But hey, I'm not gonna give up. You know, we modify when we need to, but we keep the stress level below that critical threshold to where you would just take a nosedive down if you overdid it. So we're doing okay, but it definitely is difficult. So let's get some more miles underway. Right here, this is like the water treatment facility, so it always smells like poopy poop when I run by, but I've gotten so used to it at this point. But let's get some, oh, snake, nope, that's a stick. Yeah, I haven't used this GoPro in a super long time, and I gotta say, I just don't like carrying. I used to carry my phone on my runs and stuff, you know, for music and everything. Now I got all the music on the watch, but I'm just not a fan of carrying stuff anymore. Like, especially this GoPro. I mean, it's almost like I'm carrying like a 2-pound dumbbell. Okay, it's not 2 pounds, but it's like, you know, I don't know, maybe a pound. Not quite that heavy, but it gets annoying, especially to hold up like this. I don't know how influencers do it, man. I don't know how we see Matt Choi going like, I mean, that's like a minute a mile right there, just holding your arm out. Maybe that's why he's so ripped. Maybe he doesn't even go to the gym. Maybe these fitness influencers, they don't even go to the gym. They just hold their cameras out like this and they switch arms, you know, so left, right, while they run, I guess. Maybe that wouldn't explain the bulky legs though. To be discussed. Really peaceful and calm. I just want to say these Nova Blast 4s, hold on, have been holding up like tanks. I mean, I got, I think 400 plus miles on them now, and they don't feel much worse from when they were brand new. So definitely will be sticking with the Nova Blast brand, or the Asics Nova Blast style model, whatever. They're on the 5 now. Got to give that a try. But hey, if I can get some discount 4s, because they're on the new model, I'll definitely pick them up if I can find them under 100. But my main daily trainer for bulk mileage has been Nova Blast 4 and Brooks Ghost Max. So hitting the wind on the way back now. This will be a 7-mile run, which I'll talk about the Ghost Max later, but it's definitely a good shoe just for miles. It's not a real exciting shoe. Maybe I'm stealing that opinion from all the shoe reviews I see, but it really isn't. It's just kind of like a brick of a shoe for miles. It's great for that. It's a million times better than just the Ghost. I don't really like just the Ghost. Used to run in it a lot when I was in high school, but not enough cushion now. And I don't know, they just don't last long either. Not a very durable shoe. Maybe they've changed that with the newer models, but I think we're on to bigger and better things with where the shoe marketplace is at now. Sure, everything's more expensive, but shoes are a lot better now compared to when I was back in high school. Back in my day, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't that long ago, like 9 years, 8 years. So yeah, Nova Blast 4, definitely would recommend. Rain's really picking up here, but we're done. Just finished up, ended up doing 8, so got an extra mile for the morning. My eyes, man, just all the growing grass and everything is just not doing well as far as the allergies. So really struggling out there, but that's okay. It's part of the adaptation process. So 8 miles done, probably do like 4 or maybe 5. We'll see how many we get in this evening. But yeah, hitting a flight here at about 1:30, 2 p.m. So I got to work through the afternoon, head to the airport. I'll be in Tulsa, Oklahoma for the first half of the week here, running from there. So also going to get some food real quick, a couple hard-boiled eggs, maybe some fruit. Going to eat a nice lunch at the airport, so I'll show you all what I eat.
Just real quick, I want to give you a heads up. So
All the way over in Atlanta. It's gonna be like a 25,000 step day. All right, I made it to Tulsa. I'm here in the hotel. Nice, beautiful DoubleTree. Just had a signature DoubleTree cookie. I'm kind of a fat boy right now, but eating junk food all day. So actually going to get a run in with my coworker here in Tulsa. We're gonna do like 4 miles probably, nice and slow, hit a route near downtown Tulsa, and then I'll get some legit dinner and be chilling for the night. So random double, 8 this morning, probably 4 this evening, that I'll add up to 12. Don't normally do that, but I'm gonna talk more about that later in my new plan for getting in mileage and everything. Maybe getting into a bit more doubles than I've done before, but we'll talk about that soon. All right, let's get this second run of the day in. All right, guys, I'm done. 4.25 miles. It was honestly a really nice run. It was around this like river trail thing, just real slow with my coworker, 8:30 pace, whatever it was. And yeah, we're going to go get some dinner now. 12.5 miles on the day, about 12.25. We'll talk more later. Got to grab a shower here. Just real rushed. Going out to dinner. Hopefully getting some good food. Then come back and chill. And yeah, we'll do a run in the morning. We'll do a run in the evening again tomorrow. Got a lot of running coming at you, baby. The grind don't stop. Just kind of chilling outside here. It's like 73 degrees. Absolutely beautiful. Cannot complain at all whatsoever. Humidity is low too. The run was absolutely awesome. My Uber's here right now. All right, we're back from dinner. It's like 10:15 p.m. Central Time. I'm an Eastern boy. It feels like 11:15. So rounding up the night here. Definitely pretty tired. Looking forward to get to bed. Had a 12.25 mile day, 12.25 in a double though. I have not been doing doubles really at all. I was kind of an anti-double guy, right? Yeah, for the past like 6 months, I had only really done like one, maybe two doubles. And I think we're hitting that time of year to where I might be adding in some doubles to my training. I've been getting affected by the heat recently in Ohio, where I'm from and where I do most of my training. I get it right now. I'm in Tulsa. I've been doing a ton of traveling for work, but it's starting to heat up where I'm from, and my body doesn't do too well in the hot weather. I also have an allergy thing going on every time we get to like April, May. Once the things start growing outside, I get the allergies, the stuffy nose, the eyes get red every run, and just overall I have this kind of general fatigue that is hard to get rid of in the springtime, if that makes sense. So all that to say, this time of year is pretty rough for me. And if I want to keep getting that higher mileage, that 70, 80 mile a week in 6 days, which is what I've been doing, I'm going to have to add in some doubles just to lower the accumulated total stress throughout the week, because it's been tough, man. This past week or two, I've kind of hit a little bit of a rut. Still hitting the mileage, still doing some quality workouts, but it's been really hard on the body, and a lot of work and a lot of traveling certainly doesn't help. I feel like, when I ran my marathon PR in February and I had all that winter training cycle, I was in a really good routine where I wasn't really traveling around too much. I had my 8 to 5 work schedule, was able to run in the nice chilly weather of Akron, Cleveland area, Ohio, every day, and I was able to get 12 miles a day, no problem. Now, with just being a little bit more stressed at work, traveling a little bit more, dealing with the heat and the humidity and the allergies now, I'm going to have to scale things back a little bit, unfortunately. And it sucks for the mental. I had high hopes for the spring. I wanted to do a fast spring half marathon, perhaps. I still want to do one. I was originally thinking the Pittsburgh half marathon, May the 4th, I was going to do. I actually got accepted into the elite field, which was nice, but I don't think I'm going to do that this year. It's just one thing too many in the schedule. And so I think might do another later in May in Ohio, more of a local race. Give me a little bit more time to adapt to the heat and the allergies, figure all that out. So long story short, we're not stopping. We're going to still be putting the mileage in, adding in some doubles to accumulate the volume. Maybe one less hard effort per week, keep it to 1 to 2 instead of 2 to 3 hard efforts per week. And yeah, I will say this, traveling for work, it sucks, just being thrown off the routine. It really does. Like having to maybe double when you're used to singling, or find weird times to put in the mileage, deal with these events for work, dinners with people when you usually run. It can be frustrating when you're used to your own routine, but that's one of the challenges of life. So again, about 10:15 at night, I'm going to go to sleep now. Hopefully wake up before I got to be at a meeting tomorrow and get some miles in, and then maybe some later in the afternoon. I think I'm running with my coworker again later in the afternoon. So we'll see what happens. If I wake up and I feel well rested, I'll get in some miles. If I don't, then I'll just get them all in the evening, and maybe I'll not run as much tomorrow and save some more miles for later in the week. So I'm not going to stress too much about it. Just kind of try to adapt to the situation here, not overstress myself. That's the key of staying healthy. That's the key of not burning out. And that's where I'm at with training right now. So I'm signing off for the night. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. All right, 6:30 a.m. local time, and we're back at it here in downtown Tulsa, heading to the river trail that I ran at yesterday. So I'm actually going to show you guys where I was going. Pretty cool views, get a couple cool shots. Nice, easy, probably 7 miles. See what I can get in, double in the afternoon. We'll see. This is actually the route I did yesterday. I could run to it from my hotel. So, nice view, man. This is like the Zinc Lake, I think. It's part of some river. Got a refinery over there. A bunch of refineries in the area here. Not too bad for Oklahoma. Gonna be over there later. It smells like oil, baby. It's also like 10 degrees hotter right around this plant. Kind of sus. Yeah, I'm gonna try to run here tomorrow again. There's no way there's a prettier spot this close to my hotel. So, all right, that's 8 miles done for the morning. By the way, I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm a LeBron fan. So that's what is with the Lakers shirt here. I've worn it on this channel before, just so no one gets the wrong idea. I'm a Cleveland sports guy. But anyway, 8 miles done, 7:37 pace. Yeah, I was just going to do 7. Ended up going an extra mile. I had the time. It's 2 days in a row now where I plan to go 7 in the morning. Ended up going 8. So a little bit of a mileage pad there. We'll get in a run later today. I'll catch y'all for that. Not really going to record anything else until then. Got some meetings, clients, work stuff. You know how it is. So going to take care of business here. And I'll catch up with you later. Bam. Another 12-mile day. 4-miler in the books. Did a trail run, walk. I think you can call it a run, 10-minute pace. Pretty slow going with the coworker. He took me out to the trails, and it was pretty beautiful. I unfortunately could not get any phone shots, no video recording, anything like that, which is a bummer because some of these views were actually really pretty. And you kind of went up above the lake I was showing you earlier, or the river. You had a nice view of that. And got a little bit of vert in there too. I think like, I don't know, maybe 500 feet of climbing, 600 feet of climbing in like 4 miles. So nothing crazy, but good to get some trail experience, work on the trail legs a little bit, strengthen the small muscles in my feet, all that stuff. I don't do a whole lot of trails. And it got me thinking, I think I want to do more trails. I think in this sort of weather transition in Ohio, getting in the shade in the trails could help. I'm not going to be worrying about pace as much, just kind of time on feet sort of stuff. And also just with leg strengthening, foot strengthening, all that kind of thing, I think maybe would be beneficial for me. So I'm going to get some dinner here. I'm going to relax the rest of the night, do some work. Just taking care of business till my flight tomorrow. So hopefully have a nice relaxing evening, get plenty of sleep. Gonna try a little workout tomorrow morning, I think. That is the plan. Nothing crazy, probably a tempo. I don't know, though. Maybe we'll do a fartlek kind of thing. I'm going to go back down to the river trail I was on earlier this morning. I guess I'll bring my phone. I'm not really sure. Again, I don't like bringing the phone. I don't like holding a phone when I'm running, especially a freaking iPhone 15 Pro Max. Like, it's a lot to carry. So maybe I'll bring the GoPro. I don't really know. I want to show you guys a workout on camera I do. It's just so freaking annoying. Like, I'd rather talk about running. I don't want to record running all the time. And if I am, like, I want it to be easy. I don't want to be hindered by having to carry a camera. Like, literally, my arm is getting tired right now. Me just holding the camera. I had to switch arms. Anyways, yeah, that was the day. Run in the morning, work all day, client meetings, working again now. Run in the evening, missed that part. 12 miles total. And that's all she wrote. Uber Eats, baby. I just got a freaking despicable amount of food here. Mexican out the wazoo. No way I'm gonna be able to eat all this. But yeah, gonna enjoy some dinner here. Watching the NBA playoffs. Got Milwaukee and Indiana, looks like here. My Cavs are playing tomorrow night, so game 2 against the Heat. Chilling, doing some work, eating dinner, and then going to sleep.
Based on 7 picks,
Yeah.
was if you could land 3 starters. And anything above
This is gonna slap.
6, 7,
I also got,
exceptional.
yeah, you can tell I'm a Gen Z, right? I can't eat without having at least like 2 or 3 screens on in the background, so a little bit of buffering issues here. Hopefully get those ironed out. Here we go again. All right, so what I'm doing, it's Wednesday morning, by the way. Good morning, everybody. What I'm doing is I've decided to do some sort of double threshold kind of day. I did one of these a couple of weeks ago. So I'm aiming for about 7 miles this morning. Have a flight home today. Nice long 6.5 hour travel day. And then 7 in the evening. Around there, give or take, 6 to 7 for both. So I'm pretty drained right now. It's nice and humid and hot out already, almost 70. So we're probably gonna do 4 by 4 minutes on, 2 minutes off this morning. 1.5 mile warm up, 1.5 mile cool down. Try to get a sub 5:20 pace for everything. This is definitely a switch up of things I would normally do for a workout. I don't normally do double thresholds, but I actually did one 2 weeks ago when I was out of town for work at a conference, and it's all I had time for. So in a similar way, it's all I really have time for today, or at least this morning, unless if I just waited until tonight to do the entire workout, which I don't want to do after being on a plane. So gonna get my 2 mile warm up in. Don't know how much I'll record during the reps, probably not much, but aiming for 5:20 pace or better on the on sets. 4 by 4 minute on, 2 minute off, and I'll let you know how it goes. Not feeling great, but we'll get through it. All right, here we go. First set, 4 minutes on, 5:20-ish. All right, done with set 1. It was about 5:30 something. I'm not feeling right, clearly. Got to modify, hang in the 5:30s, maybe 5:20s. Maybe I just feel like crap the first set, but gotta see what we can get done. I'm not gonna chalk it just yet, but legs feel like bricks. Humid and I'm suffering. Wish me luck. Set 2, let's get it. All right, that's set 2. 1 second. I pause my music. All right, that went a little better. Jeez. I can't mess around for this rest. I got like a minute left. Definitely went faster there. Felt the same. A little bit of a downhill. I think I averaged sub 5:15 almost, so that was pretty good. We're just gonna try to keep the effort, keep it under controlled, but also give it a good grind feeling, but definitely not too hard. All right, halfway done, 2 more sets. Luckily taking care of this uphill here. Rocking Vaporfly 2s. These have like, I don't know how many miles on them. I get them off eBay for $25. But hey, they're doing great. Set 3. Okay, done with set 3. Really getting hard, but I kept like under 5:15 pace for that, so at least we're hitting pace. 15 seconds left in the rest. It's gonna be tough because I gotta go on that bridge up there. I don't know if you can see, but last one, past one, I guess. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that's a wrap on the 4 sets of 4 minutes. Last one was pretty fast. I think like 5:12. It was hard because it was uphill at first over there, and had to run on a bridge across a couple homeless people, but that's okay. Yeah, it was pretty tough, but glad it's done. A little bit just discouraging that I used to be running these paces like nothing, not like nothing, but not nearly over the limit to which I'm pushing myself today. So I'll talk more about it later. Let's get a cool down in and get back to the hotel. I am so sweaty, it's insane, dude. Literally just jumped in the pool. That's it, didn't run. Ready? Oh, God. Lovely, huh? So, again, me planning to do 7 turned into 8, or it was like 7.8 something. I almost killed myself on the last, like, 0.1 miles there. There was, like, a thing in the road where, I don't really know what you call them. I took a video of it. I'll overlay that now, but it was completely broken, and I stepped on one side, and I literally almost fell into a pit. I almost fell into just a random hole in downtown Tulsa. So I took that as a sign to cut the run and not go up to 8 miles exactly, but that's okay. We got some pad mileage from earlier in the week, so our mileage is still a somewhat even number. But anyways, workout was okay. Yeah, it ended up going better than I thought it would. Like, the first set was really brutal. My legs just felt like bricks. I wasn't breathing well. I mean, it was a hot and humid day out there, as you just saw. But I kind of rallied through. I was able to get down to below 520 for the rest of the sets there. Pretty well below on the last couple. So saw some 510s pace in there, 508s a little bit. So it was good to get the turnover in. It definitely wasn't as easy as it should have been. And that's kind of the frustration I'm dealing with right now. Like, if you took me a couple months ago when I was in really good shape for my marathon, I mean, that would have been literally just a cake, icing on top of the cake sort of workout. Like, not that hard at all. But hey, weather plays a role, and allergies play a role. I'm not trying to sound like a broken record. I know I've been complaining about weather and allergies recently, but I cannot stress that enough. For anyone else who is battling some overtraining type symptoms this time of year, it very well could be due to the heat and due to the allergies, and I don't know, maybe you're just overtraining as well. So be conscious of why your body's not feeling well, assess all reasons why it might not be feeling well, and adjust accordingly. So I am in need to pack up all my things and head to the airport. I have a flight here in like 2 hours. like I said, I'll be in a plane for about 6. Well, it's a layover flight, so I'll be traveling between planes and airports for like 6.5 hours or so. I'll make it home in time for the Cavs game, but we're still going to do a second workout of the day, or at least that's the plan, at least a second run. So I might bring the phone with me to listen to the Cavs. Oh, shoot, that's actually going to suck. Game's at 7:30. That's probably right when I'm getting home. So maybe I'll sneak the workout in really quick, miss the first half, and then just watch the second half. I don't know. I'll let you guys know. But we're going to win anyways. Doesn't really matter. All right, this is a running channel. Enough talking about the Cavs. Let's get moving here. Your boy is cooked. It is almost 8 p.m. Flight came in a little bit late. We're headed back to the crib. This workout part 2, ladies and gents, it might be partially in the dark, okay? We're still gonna do it. The Cavs are playing right now. It sucks. I'm gonna have to watch them on record. But hey, we're gonna get in at least 6. I literally think I might do the same exact workout. 4x4 minutes on, 2 minutes off, just not as much warm up so that I don't do 8 again. So I gotta stop saying so much. I just like my thoughts pause and I don't know what to say. But anyways, about 30 minutes away from home. Not even gonna unpack, just gonna throw the running clothes on. I'll bring the GoPro and workout part 2. We'll see you soon. Back in Akron, the 330. Gonna slam this orange here and then throw on the Alpha Doggies. I feel like I need them this evening. I'm pretty tired. And then get out there. It's getting dark. So again, 4x4 on, 2 off. I think that's what I'm doing. Literally the same as this morning. Who does that? Who does the same? I might be the first person in history to do the 4x4 minute on, 2 off workout in both the morning and evening as part of a double threshold type of day. But I'll see you out there. I'm a little tired. I don't know how it's gonna go. We're gonna give it a solid effort. And it's late at night. It's past 8:30 now. A little bit tired. Interested to see how the legs are gonna feel after being on the plane all day. You may notice there's a little bit of a crack and some glue in the back heel here. That's because I actually bought these on eBay for like $40. I'm kind of like the discount eBay shoe buyer. Like I'll buy used shoes and get good wear out of them. You know, best bang for my buck I can get. $40 for these things, and they were in like mint condition. Looked like they had like maybe 20 miles on them max. Maybe had 1 race in them, maybe a full marathon. But the issue was this back heel was completely just cracked off. Not completely, it was like hanging off, you know. So I got some shoe goo, which if you haven't used shoe goo, let me show you here. Shoe goo off eBay, $8. I mean, this has got to be one of the strongest adhesives known to man. You could probably fix a freaking airplane wing with this thing if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend the airline industry to do that, but very strong adhesive here. Just stuck it in between the foam there, the Pebax foam or whatever. Gave it a day to dry out, and boom. I've actually only done 1 run in them, but they work. They feel like good alpha flies, and I don't want to wear them too much. I don't think I'll race in these, but I am trying to preserve their lifespan, as these are one of the best shoes ever made. I mean, I don't know. I have to try the Alpha Fly 3. I hear the Alpha Fly 2 isn't all that great. The Alpha Fly 1, though, is obviously really good. The Alpha Fly 3, a lot of the pros are wearing. I have not put it on yet. I have not tried it. I'm a Vaporfly guy. I feel like I like the Vaporflies more because the way I run, I like having a little less foam, and I think the Vaporflies are a little bit more responsive, like a little bit more snappy. The Alpha Flies, you kind of sink down into the foam a little bit, and they're definitely a little bit more cushioned. But the way I run, I think I run better with the Vaporflies. I think these maybe preserve a little bit more energy, but I don't know. I just like the Vaporflies. The Vaporfly 3s did well for me in my past marathon. I wear a lot of the Vaporfly 1 and 2s for my workouts. And to be honest, I haven't experimented with any other super shoes at all. I want to, I just, I got bills to pay, man. Somebody send me, Asics, Saucony, if you guys want to sponsor me, send me some free shoes. Adidas, some free new super shoes. I'll test them out. But until that day, I'm going to keep balling out the budget style way and stick to what I know works. And maybe try a few as the bank account grows, if you know what I mean. Enough rambling. These things look sick on my feet. The color is dope. We're going to get out there. I got to grab the headlamp. All right, not sure how well you can see me, probably not at all, but we out here. This is gonna be just a 6-mile run. Just gonna do 1 mile warm up, 1 mile cool down, and then of course 4x4 on, 2 off. It's like 70 degrees here in Akron. Actually, I think maybe a touch below 70, but humidity's pretty low. It's cooler than Tulsa. Feels cooler anyways, but it's still pretty warm for this time of year in Akron, so I'm feeling all right so far. The Alpha Flies do help. I can't even describe it. It's just like they just feel like you don't have to put in as much effort with each step. I get it. That's a very vague description of the specifics of this super shoe, but they are nice. You just kind of bounce around, but when I get to running faster, maybe my form isn't as efficient in these versus the Vaporflies, like I was saying earlier, but yeah, we'll see how we feel today. Hopefully don't see too many snakes out here. Oh, I forgot to say, my trail run yesterday in Tulsa, we saw a pretty large snake. Pretty freaking big. It blended right in with the trail, and I came about a foot away from stepping on it. It was low-key scary as shit. I don't know if it was gonna hurt me or if it's venomous or whatnot, but definitely a little bit spooky. The snakes out here are little baby gardener snakes. They're not gonna hurt you, but it's wild because I'm running on the towpath here. This is the Ohio Erie Canal towpath trail. Goes from Cleveland to just about New Philly, about 100 miles. Mostly limestone path, beautiful for running. It's a mecca for the Northeast Ohio runners, that's for sure. And there's a ton of sticks out here, right? So again, you can't see them well, but the gardener snakes blend in very well with the little twig sticks on the towpath. So you'll be running and you think, oh, it's just a stick, right? And then you see a tongue and it's like, oh, shnikes, that's a snake. I don't think they're gonna hurt you though, but it is kind of cool to see. They come out quite a bit this year once the weather starts to warm up. All right, we got about another quarter mile of the warm up and then we get rolling. About a minute left. Set one. Set one done. Felt a lot smoother than set one this morning. about 5:15 pace for that. I'm just gonna try to keep it around there. Yeah, I think I am feeling a little better than I thought I would. Still not great, but really buggy out here. The gnats are everywhere, baby. They want a piece of this threshold action. Okay, let's get to set 2. Bam, set 2 done. Basically a copy paste of set 1. Maybe a tad faster. I'm not exactly tracking my pace, but I'm looking down every so often to see what I'm hitting. And again, it was 5:15, a little bit up to 5:18 at times, down to 5:08 at times. So we'll call it about 5:15. Almost at the turnaround here. And then we're halfway done. Party's almost over. God, I hope it ends soon. This doesn't feel like a party. 3, 2, 1. It's a wrap on set 3. Starting to really feel it now. That one might have been around 5:10. So getting down there, and overall feeling better in the legs this evening versus this morning. Aerobically, still feeling the same. Sweating my keister off. The sweat's starting to drip down to the socks after 4 miles. Gotta love that. So we'll see what we can do on this last set. Probably keep it 5:10, 5:08 around there. Maybe slower. We'll see how we feel. I'm definitely feeling it. Double thresholds aren't easy. 30 seconds. Rolling about 5-minute pace, 4:58-ish. All right. No time to hold GoPros, so let's lock in, baby. That's a wrap, ladies and gents. Uh, 5:02, I'm guessing, average. Maybe 5 flat, honestly. Looking down at the watch, a lot of that was under 5, 450 highs. So maybe 5 flat to 5:05 average for that last one, which is faster than this morning. That's really encouraging. I'm literally performing better in the night session, especially with a travel day. So a little bit of a confidence booster here. Still didn't feel as great as normal. Felt a little bit tired overall, which is kind of normal, I guess, with the workout this morning, but I'd say it was a dub. So we're gonna cool down now and end at 6 miles. Guess what, guys? I ended up going 7 miles. I said I was gonna do 6, I went 7. That's 4 times this week I've done 1 more mile than I was supposed to do. It's just, you know what? It's a lot easier to just do it in the moment than to have to think about doing it in the next run, you know? So, and it's all fun and games here. I'm glad I did it, right? I'm not, you know, I don't have to run as far tomorrow. Imagine that, though. If I would have done the runs I was planning to do all week, I would have had 4 less miles this week. So that's good. Yeah, 15-mile day, just about. Workout tonight went better than I thought it would. Got down into the low 5-minute pace, sub 5 for the last set. And tomorrow's going to be an easy day. Friday's going to be an easy day. Friday also traveling to Houston. So we'll see how we get the miles in that day. Tomorrow's Thursday. Draft day, baby. Browns number 2 pick. having a little draft party that I'm going to, so that'll be fun. And then Saturday in Houston, doing the long run. Don't know how far it's gonna be. That's the plan, to do the long run anyway. I don't know how I'm gonna fit it in, but hey, that's a problem for Saturday. Gonna wind down now, get some dinner, unpack. It's like 9:40. Gotta actually work tomorrow too, a full work day. At home, grinding in the office, 9-hour day. So gonna try to eat, sleep, unpack, unwind, shower, all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. All right, real quick, just to show you dinner here. Got a salad, some za, a little bit of milk, and I also did some core, front, back, side, some push-ups, some pull-ups, a little bit of light stretching earlier before I showered. So just an update there. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Thursday, April the 24th. We're here in the home office. Got some lunch here. Pretty standard lunch if you've seen on my channel before. I do the eggs, meat, spinach, got some avocado toast, a bagel, a little bit of fruit here, some coffee, some water. Really just staple breakfast for me, as I've said in the past. Breakfast, lunch kind of thing. Didn't really eat anything yet. It's about 12:30, so this is what you would consider my lunch break. But been a busy day so far. Honestly, woke up in a complete daze. My alarm went off. I was like, where the hell am I? What state am I in, kind of thing. You know how sometimes you wake up and it's like, what the heck is going on? I don't know who I am. I don't know where I am. And so it was one of those sleeps. I slept pretty well. Got right to work. Done a freaking trillion things already today. Got another trillion to do. And gonna run this evening right after work, probably like 5:30. It's really hot out today. It's like 82 degrees as a high today. It's already almost in the 80s. So it'll be a tough one. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not even gonna say what distance I'm gonna do, because if I do, I know I'll end up doing one more. So probably around 10 though, okay? I'm gonna try to stick to that. I don't wanna go too hard. It's gonna be really hot. I'm looking forward to getting out there though. It's gonna be a pretty day. We're working on adapting to the heat, so we're not gonna worry about pace. We're just gonna go out and enjoy ourselves. So I'll catch up with you guys soon. Gonna eat this, gonna finish work, and yeah. We out here. It's about 5:05 on a Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. Is 5 afternoon or evening? I think it's afternoon. I think we consider 6 and beyond the evening. So, about 83 degrees, 82. And I had a wonderful idea for today's run. I was sitting there late at the office thinking like, man, this run's gonna suck. It's gonna be hot. How am I gonna get through this? And I'll tell you what I came up with here in 1 second. So I was sitting there late at work thinking, man, what am I gonna do? And then I remembered, I live in a national park. How about I run some trails? I had a great trail run on, was it Tuesday in Oklahoma a couple days ago. It's a way to escape the hot sun. So that's what I'm gonna do. Nope, I'm not gonna talk about how many miles I'm gonna do, because then I'll end up doing one more. I'm gonna go for a nice recovery trail run, get some views, relax the mind, get ready for the draft tonight, go as slow as I need, say goodbye to the roads and hello to the trails. Yeah, I want to start trail running more. I say once a week, but I'm thinking more so like if I shoot for one quality trail run every 2 weeks, that's better than none at all, because the truth is I got away from trail running a lot when I first moved to where I live now on the outskirts of Cuyahoga Valley National Park last June, I was running the trails twice a week, all the time. And just recently with, sorry, going up a massive freaking hill here. Not that massive. Recently with training for my half and then my full, doing more road races, I haven't been running on trails as much, which, you know, makes sense. Not training for a trail race, just doing a lot more flat stuff. Been doing a lot of flatter races, so haven't had to worry about getting on the trails too much. But I think, I stand by this, I've said this before, I think trail running to some extent is beneficial to all runners, including the road half marathoner, marathoner. Come on now. I miss doing stuff like this. And even though it's hot, like I said, about 82, 83 degrees, I'm under a little bit more shade cover here, or there's more shade in the forest. Right now the sun's kind of in my eyes, but there's a little less sun, so it doesn't feel quite as hot. I'm not even looking at pace. Who cares about pace out here? And I'm just kind of enjoying myself, or trying to. I will say this too, even after just a week of it being in the 70s, 80s, I'm feeling a little bit better mentally and physically versus the end of last week. I will adapt to this heat. The first couple runs always suck. Hell, it still sucks. It's gonna suck for the next few weeks. But that's part of the game. And the first step is accepting it. It's just like when you have a problem, right? The first step is accepting you have a problem. If you dance around the problem and you don't come to terms with it, you're never going to tackle the situation as best as you could. So, wow, philosophical hour, baby. I'm getting deep with y'all. Let's see what we got up here. We're in the Brooks Ghost Max. They've been just a mileage workhorse this past month, really. They're reaching the 300-mile mark. So, eventually got to get a new trainer. I think I'm going to try the Nova Blast 5s. You know what's crazy about running is that you can go from feeling like complete dog water, both physically, mentally. You may think you're burnt out, overtrained, you're feeling like garbage, everything's hard, you have no mental will to keep going, physically you're crumbling. Insert negative thought or feeling here. You can go from that to, in the period of a week or sometimes even just a few days, feeling a lot better. And I just think that's insane. I've experienced that so many times in my running journey throughout my life. And I'm not saying I'm one or the other right now. I think I'm kind of in between. But I'm in a better spot now than I was on the end of last week, like I was saying. But just for example, when I say mentally and physically, I think the two are basically equally important to what you get out of this sport. And the two work together for sure. Being mentally in the game helps you physically perform, and your physical performance and having a strong, you know, physical engine helps keep your mental right. The two work off each other. And yesterday morning, when I did the first set of my workout, 4 minutes on, I almost threw in the towel completely on the entire day. That's how bad it felt. My legs felt awful. Mentally, I wasn't in it. It was humid out. You know, there were a million reasons in my head why I didn't want to keep running. You know, you start making excuses right away. But I stuck with it. And after just, you know, a few more minutes, 1 or 2 sets later, I started to feel better. And sorry guys. And next thing you know, at the end of the workout, I'm feeling better than when I started the workout. And then later that evening, after being on a plane all day, I had a better workout in the evening off a 15-mile total day. And so just like that, the script can flip completely. And also, you'd be surprised when you're feeling fatigued, you're right on the branch of you think you're overtraining. You might just be a couple days away from unlocking the adaptations, getting that fitness boost from the training you've been doing in the weeks prior. What I mean is, if you've been training really hard and you're feeling fatigued, you're starting to get burned out physically and mentally, try to be patient with it. Give it a couple days. Take it easy if you need to. Get enough sleep. Eat correctly. Maybe that's all you need to get that next boost in fitness. Okay, I don't know where I'm going here. This way. Maybe that's all you need. This sport is a marathon, not a sprint. Literally. Rome wasn't built in a day. But adaptations can be made across the course of as little as a few days or a week. Okay, I said that very misleading. In order for adaptations to kick in, you can notice that over the period of just a couple days. And among all else, like I've said in this whole video, if you have external stressors outside of running, it's getting hot out, you're getting allergies, you're not sleeping well, you're stressed at work, your boss is throwing 10 billion things on your plate when you're only getting 10 done a day, you have family struggles, you got obligations with so on and so forth. Life is crazy, man. I'm so blessed to not even have all that yet, but sometimes I still feel like I'm overwhelmed. Oh, sheesh. Oh, God. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient with it. Get done what you can. Don't overwork yourself, but push yourself at the same time. And just never give up. Because you're 1 week away from unlocking your adaptations from hard training. Right when you think you may have burnt out, overtrained, you have no hope left, stick with it. Now, if you're almost dying, you're sick, you have the flu, you can hardly run a mile, that's a different story. You need a break. I'm just sharing my personal experience. Again, who knows, maybe in a couple days I'll fall flat on my face again and have to take a week off, but this is where I think I'm at right now. I just got stung or bit by some mother trucker on the old belly. Actually, it really hurt. I'll be okay. All this greenery is starting to make my allergies flare up a little too. But we're doing okay. Probably about 7 miles in, so not too much longer out here. Oh, look at this, guys. Oh, that hit the spot. Oh, air conditioning. All right, run is complete. I got like the Harry Potter thing going on there. I kind of like that. Anyway, it ended up being 11 miles of mostly trails. A little bit was on the concrete, a little bit was on the crushed limestone, but most of it was trails. I want to say probably 9-ish miles of it. So legs ended up getting beat up a little. That was not necessarily the intention. A ton of vert in the run. I don't know what it is. It'll be right here in the Strava, but unless if I already listed it, but yeah, 840 pace, just nice and slow. That was kind of the idea. Not as easy as a typical recovery run just because I'm not used to the trails, but I think it was good for me to get out there. And like I said, that's definitely something I want to do more of. I want to run more trails once every week, once every other week, at the very least, is what I'm aiming for. So now we're going to get some dinner, and it is draft time. Cleveland Browns, number 2 pick. We're going with Travis Hunter. You already know it. Hopefully I'm not wrong there. I guess we'll find out in like 2 hours.
With the 5th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Mason Graham, defensive tackle, Michigan.
Wow. All right, guys, I'm chilling here. Got the robe on. It's Thursday night. First round of the draft just wrapped up. Browns made some freaking crazy moves. I was calling Travis Hunter. They ended up trading back to the 5th pick, and they got a first-round pick next year. They got a second-round pick this year, another third, a 6th, I don't know, whatever after that. But they took a freaking fat guy, dude. They took a offensive tackle or defensive tackle. Yeah, a little disappointed about that. It is what it is. They got a lot for trading the 2nd pick. So if you want my insight on the draft, I would say the Browns, they should have drafted Travis Hunter, but I see why they wanted to maybe trade for picks, and they did get quite a bit from Jacksonville. They made the negotiation with Jacksonville. Jacksonville had the 5th pick. They traded up to 2nd. We ended up with the 5th overall pick, and we got first-round pick next year, and there was some mid-round swaps and whatnot. So, yeah, crazy night, to say the least. It's late. I was out partying. No, not really. I didn't drink a drop or anything. I was just hanging with the boys. We were watching the draft. So, out a little bit late. It's like 11:40 p.m. Had Chipotle for dinner. That was fire. Honey chicken. The dude there hooked me up. You know, when you're at Chipotle and you got the workers giving you meager portions and you say double white rice, but they give you like half white rice, and then you're like, oh, give me some pinto beans. They literally give you the smallest serving of pinto beans. It wasn't like that at all whatsoever at this Chipotle. They hooked a brother up. They basically gave me double chicken for the price of one. And they gave me hella white rice. They gave me a ton of pinto beans. Oh, it was fire. Still a little hungry, though. Gonna have some yogurt and fruit. Maybe some cereal as well. Get a little bit more to eat here and hit the hay. Got a long day tomorrow. Work and travel and running. Don't forget about running. So, fun evening. Draft night's always a fun one. We'll see what we do in the 2nd round tomorrow. Hopefully you guys are somewhat interested in football, and I'm not just talking to a brick wall here, but you gotta always love draft day. All right, good night. It's a rainy Friday, boys. Going out for 6 miles here. And it will be 6 miles. I actually promise this time. Literally all the time I have for my meeting. So if I go and I have to run faster than 8-minute pace too. If I run 8-minute pace, I will be 30 seconds late to my meeting. So didn't even have time to warm up. It's about 65 degrees. Rainy, wet, muggy. Doesn't feel too bad though. Holy shnikes, guys. Look at this gobbler here. Oh, he's moving. This is the first time I've seen a wild turkey out here. Oh, I'd stop and talk to him a bit more if I wasn't in a rush. We're rolling like 7:20, 7:30. So it looks like I'll make my meeting. I gotta say, I've enjoyed bringing you guys along for the runs, holding the GoPro, showing what it is on the battlegrounds out here, but I don't, let's just say this, my right arm at the end of the week, I've been holding the GoPro with my right arm, switching to the left a little bit. My right arm especially, and when I'm not recording, I hold it with my right arm for the most part. It just doesn't feel right in my left. My right arm at the end of the week is gonna have a noticeably bigger bicep and tricep when it's all said and done here. I mean, God, can they make GoPros lighter? I gotta get one of those Insta360 things. Those things actually look pretty cool. I don't know, the market for running cameras that aren't a burden to carry or hold is only gonna get better, right? We're growing as a content creating running community or whatever. Some for the good, some for the bad, and some for the in-between. Almost at the turnaround here. Oh yeah, okay, so something I was gonna say, by the way, rocking the Nova Blast 4s again. Something I was gonna say the other day that I completely forgot when I was wearing the Alpha Flies. So I was talking about how I think I'm a less efficient runner, or I don't run as well in the Alpha Flies versus the Vapor Flies. And I think during my workout the other night, I've kind of figured out why. And I'm not saying everybody should or will run faster in the Vapor Flies, but my running type, I think I realized why. So the Alpha Flies have more cushion, right? They're a little bit softer, a little bit bouncier, but the key word is softer. And so I realized that and I didn't check the stats on this, I don't even know if I can, my like ground contact time, if you will, is longer in the Alpha Flies, I feel like, because it takes longer for me to like bounce off, to hit the ground, bounce off, and get back into my stride. And because of that, I don't really think it makes me more efficient as far as form. I don't think it makes me faster. It's a comfortable ride, that's for sure. Well, I gotta check the mileage. 2.99. I believe me in the Alpha Flies, that extra 100th of a second or whatever it is of ground contact time. Flip around here. That extra little bit of ground contact time takes away from my stride. And it almost feels like with each step, yeah, it's comfortable. Yeah, I'm getting a good amount of energy return, but I'm not running with my ideal form. So on the flip side of that coin, the Vaporflies, that immediate snapback, and sure, you know, they have cushion too, but I feel like that's a more optimal amount. The ratio between the foam and the plate, the way it's set up, works with my running form better than the Alphaflies. I'm still going to be wearing the Alphaflies for workouts. I think more so longer workouts, it's better. Like the slower I run, you know, 5:50 or 6 minutes, I feels like a cakewalk in those. But if I got to rip 5:20 or sub 5 flat 4:55, I'm gonna be running better in the Vaporflies. So that's my shoe of choice right now. Maybe I'll think differently when the Alphafly 4 comes out. And I also haven't tried the Alphafly 3. I've only ran in the Alphafly 1, but the Alphafly 1 outside of the 3 is pretty widely considered one of the best super shoes ever made by many runners. So I don't know, that's just my experience. Try out a few super shoes if you have the budget. If you don't, you're not missing out too much. Just get one pair. I recommend the Vaporfly. You can get a pretty decent priced Vaporfly 3 on eBay for like 160, 170 bucks. I don't know, that might have changed. But I got a pair for like 175, you know, 3-4 months ago at this point. So as far as trainers, again, experiment with a few different types, find what works for you. We're in a time and space where running shoes have never been this expensive, yeah, but also we haven't had access to this many great trainers, great super shoes, so on and so forth. Speaking of super shoes, I just ran by a dude who he was wearing Alphafly 2s, running about 8:30 pace. Hey, if that's what it takes to get you out the door, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Jeez. Dude's back was muddy. Alright, one sec. If that's what it takes to get you out the door, you gotta throw on the super shoes. It's better than sitting on the couch. So, I'm not here to judge. I will say, you know, I don't do that usually. These bikers, man, they just passed by. They had frickin' mud all over their backs. I'm on the hard part of the towpath here, the concrete, but way back there and up here a little bit is limestone, crushed limestone. Must be really muddy back there. All right, I'm just a little over 2 miles away. I'm gonna finish this up. May not have time to update you until the airport. Again, flying out this afternoon, like 5 p.m. Gotta get back to work, drive to the airport, and probably a run this evening in Houston. Gosh, I think it's muggy out here, 65 and a little humid. I got another one coming later this evening, so we'll get some clips tonight at Houston. I'll do an update probably in the airport or maybe in between, so we'll see you soon.
With my United card, everything's so much easier now. I can check through my phone and get a free check back. What are you waiting for? Get a United Plus member card now and start saving.
Impromptu run through the airport. You know how it goes. I'll explain later.
The jet bridge
Where we headed?
Pre-board. Also, active military personnel traveling to Houston are welcome to pre-board.
We have a problem.
Thank you for your service.
Okay, that was corny. All right, so made it on the flight to Houston. Well, we were almost late for the shuttle. At the parking spot, we had to call an Uber instead of taking the parking spot shuttle. We were a little late there. Then we got to the airport, and this woman put in my birthday wrong for my ticket, so had to get that sorted out. Did a little running around in the airport. We got it figured out though, and we got to the gate in time. So now we're chilling on the flight on the way to Houston. Cleveland IAH. What does IAH stand for?
I am Houston.
Yeah, this ain't gonna do it. Nah. We're going outside. Alright. I'm out here doing loops around the hotel. Like a crazy man. Got a Tim Hortons here. Popeye's there. Hotel's over there. It's like 78 degrees, high humidity, typical Houston weather this time of year. Yeah, indoor treadmill wasn't an option. People probably think I'm freaking insane. I'm just getting in 4 miles. It's a real light double on the day. Yeah, normal people don't do this. But if you really care, you'll find a way to get in the miles, no excuses. Popeye sounds kind of slap right now. I'm like a mile and a half in, maybe. This could not finish quicker. Feeling okay in the heat though. I think this is where we're gonna go for dinner. Mambu, seafood. So it's almost 10 p.m. though right now. So it's been a late day. I ran into a multitude of errors in the airport. Rental car reservation got taken. Almost missed our flights in the first place. And then our flight was late getting in. It was just a mess. Ooh, this place smells good, dude. So yeah, it's gonna be a late day. Hoping to sleep in tomorrow as much as I can. And then, yeah, so I'll catch up maybe with dinner. If not, I'll talk to you guys later tonight or tomorrow. That's for 7:30 pace. Very hot, humid. Got through it though. It's 9:30 a.m. local time. Houston, H-Town, baby. Gotta go get some breakfast. Got a full day on deck. Not gonna get to run in until later. Probably like 4 or 5 p.m. Gonna do a nice long one in a park somewhere. It's gonna be hot, it's gonna be humid. Probably like 87 degrees. So it'll be a nice test, a nice flavor of the Houston lifestyle and climate. It is 86 degrees and we out here. You know, I did the 4 miles last night, but I don't think I really realized how hot the daytime is because, oh boy, Not a whole ton of shade cover either. Just kind of out here bruting it, but plan is for a long run. I don't know how long that's going to entail. The OG plan was 15, but that's a lot. It's about 5 p.m. right now, right about in the heat of the day. I'm just going to take it easy, take it slow. It's nice I get to run on this limestone surface. Nice and soft for the most part. There's a little concrete. I don't know, we're just exploring. I don't really know where I'm at. We got Paulina also on a little run walk right now, so hopefully she's okay. Anyhow, we'll catch up in a little bit. Just trying to take it 1 mile at a time and not die out here. Plenty of water fountains too, which is good. All right, it's getting tough. I'm like 8 in, and I'm definitely feeling it. And I think I've decided on 13, so not gonna be able to go to the whole 15. Rolling right around 7:28 average, something like that. So we're gonna try to wrap this up, and shirt is basically see-through at this point. Luckily there's a ton of water stops and restrooms throughout, which is really nice. So I'll catch back up at like mile 10, 11, something like that, or maybe right before I finish. So wish me luck. Finally, the sun's going away. Whoops, never mind. Oh, no. We're done. 14. Whoops, I just got sweat all over my back windshield. All right, 14 done. Another time, went one further than I wanted to. Ready, watch this. Oh, that is gnarly. That's 74 in 6 days. So probably taking tomorrow off, and that'll be the week. It's been a chaotic week. I'm surprised, honestly, I got this many miles in. Beautiful park running today. Houston is beautiful, but freaking hot, man. 85 degrees, 86 degrees, a little humid too. Ton of people out here though. Everyone's having a good time. I feel really awkward right now, but it's what the fitness influencers got to do. No, but good week. Excited to relax, rested today and tomorrow, and yeah, again, taking Sunday off, going to church. But yeah, that's a wrap. If you care enough about the miles, you'll get them in. Had a great week, honestly. A lot of doubles. It's something new, but to adapt with the heat and you know, work with my allergies and whatnot, that's what I'm going to try to do. Just one workout this week, but hey, it was a solid double threshold. And yeah, that's all I got to say. So Paulina's lost. I'm walking to try to find her. But yeah, that's a wrap on the week. 74 miles, 3 different states, cold weather, warm weather, you name it. It was all in this video. If you guys enjoyed this training week, let me know. I can do more. Although my right arm is sore from all the iPhone and GoPro holding. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Gonna try to make more videos. Also hope you enjoyed this more chill, laid back, the real, uncut, unclipped, unfiltered life of running and traveling and working. So subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.